Neil Milliere from the Exeter City Supporters Trust, and coming out of that I came onto the Supporters Direct Board and latterly the England Wales Council. Been around a long time now and got rather a lot of experience of the whole organisation and how everything works. And my particular area of expertise, both at Exeter and here, have been constitutions and elections. Having been the subject of elections and standing for election on numerous occasions, I was called upon to see if I could help out running elections. It's recommended and good practice to always have someone independent involved in an election rather than just people from the organisation concerned. So I was asked many moons ago by the very much Miss Jackie Foster to act as the independent person or the independent chair of the election group for a trust election. Seemed to have done a good job, got asked back and asked to do it for quite a few others. And it's been very interesting to see how different trusts operate, how they approach these things, and making sure that they all consistently get it right. The issue with elections is always that someone is not going to be happy with the result. Therefore, you need to make sure that your decisions, your procedures and the end result are all fireproof, as it were, so that no one can challenge them and cast doubt on the results. So to that end, having a consistent approach, having someone independent as well, all adds to make sure that it's done fairly, it's done properly, and can't be called into question. The three top tips would be, firstly, to have an election group, and on that election group you need to have an independent person, at least one. Those on the group should not be involved in the election in any other capacity, so can't be candidates, can't be nominating or seconding people. They can vote if they're a member of the organisation, that's not precluded, but certainly that's the first top tip, that you need an election group which can be seen to be independent and has operated fairly. The second tip is to ensure that your membership, your electorate database is as up to date as possible, that it's correct, and again that there can't be any challenge over who was and who wasn't allowed to vote and who did and who didn't vote. Lastly, openness and transparency as much as you can do. You need to ensure that people are aware of the election, that everyone has had a chance to get involved, those that could stand have stood, who wanted to stand, those who want to vote get the chance to vote. You just need to be open and transparent and make sure everyone knows about everything that you can without breaking confidences. One of the things to always try and ensure happens is that the candidates are known to the electorate. There are various ways to be able to do that. Obviously you need to take statements from the candidates or the nominees. Pictures are a good idea so people can put faces to names. You can use those statements whether or not an election is held, because obviously if there aren't enough nominations for positions, there might not be an election, but those statements then can be used to inform the members who's been elected and what they believe in. The other way, which is often talked about, not so often used, is hustings. That is where the electorate get a chance to question the candidates, put their own questions to them and get their views on various subjects. It's a good idea if time and distance allow, because if you have candidates who aren't local, or you have a particularly heavy schedule, you have an electorate that isn't local, you have to be innovative in thinking of ways that you can do it, such as an online hustings or just electronic questions which everyone gets a chance to answer. So hustings aren't a given, but if you can arrange them in some form, definitely worth doing.